He's like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 and music. Love, love.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. This is my review for Teen Mom OG Season 7, Episode 21. I hope everyone is having a great Tuesday. It'll be Tuesday because it's 4:30 now. So having a great Tuesday. And don't forget to become a whole Jaybird by subscribing to my channel, okay? Hit that little subscribe button and then come in, watch other videos and comment in the comment section and like the videos and share the videos and all that good stuff. And do not forget to also go ahead and hit the notification bell because it'll let you know when I have new content up on my channel. I was going to announce something, but I can't think of what it was. So I'll think about it later. Anyway, this episode was easy. And I feel like Maci and Amber's story are so easy. And how Cheyenne and Bristol's story are the more, detailed ones. And then Catelynn and Tyler are like in the middle somewhere. So let's just get started, okay? So Maci is basically working to be an advocate for the PCOS. I guess, I don't know if it's an initiative or whatever, but PCOS stands for polycystic ovarian syndrome, which basically means that people does not ovulate regularly, and so when it happens, it becomes a little bit painful. It's a whole thing. So we know that she brought up how she was diagnosed with that 10 years ago, whatever, to the point where she did not think that she would be able to get pregnant again. So when she had 2 more kids, she was surprised. Okay. So for that, she's just working on helping getting a bill passed for a national PCOS day, just to bring more awareness to it. And she went to Capitol Hill and did a whole speech or whatever. She went and got a whole award, and that was all it was. She went and got that award, went and told that speech, and her husband, of course, was proud of her. Benny is still spending time with, the grandparents or whatever. And that was all Maci had to give. Next, Amber and Andrew are taking the baby to see his friends and family in LA, and they're going to be there for a whole month. So, Gary and Christina is bringing Leah over so she can kind of visit the day before they leave. And so, Leah, of course, is visiting the baby. It's cute. We then see Andrew, Christina, and Leah go out talk on the back outside, where we have Gary and Amber and inside talking. Amber brings up how, she just hopes that, so with her being gone for a month, that Gary and Christina and Leah will come up to visit her while she's gone. And I said, bitch, what? I was like, But, it was what it was. Gary, we know, okay, Leah's really much into, doing her own thing now because she's a bit older, but, so we'll see what we can do. And I'm like, girl, bye. Anyway, he does bring up how he is also looking to find his birth father, because he found out recently that the person who he thought was father is not his father. And she says, I felt that's good for you because I know you want to find out. We do see him go talk to his mother, who does not really have much information. She brings up it was a guy who she was kind of messing around with a little bit or whatnot, and how she did not see him after she found out that she was pregnant. So it wasn't that she never told him, she just never saw him to let him know that she was pregnant. And again, she said, I was 22 years old, it's a long time ago, I don't remember much about him. And she kind of describes him. So I'm like, she might have been out the thotting and bopping, sharing the wealth with a vagina, and got pregnant with a whole Gary. So, and she, it was weird, because again, he has now hired a private eye to find his bio father, and so all he has to go on is what she can tell him, and it wasn't much. But I can think back when I was in my 20s. I know it's a guy I talked to for a quick little minute, and all I remember is his name was Shannon. That's all. So if I was pregnant by Shannon, I would not have no information for my kid besides I met him at the store, and we went out 5 or 6 times. I don't remember his last name. Okay, so I can understand her. Like, I talked to somebody, we hooked up or whatever, but I don't remember all the stuff. You know what I'm saying? 30 years later, you know what I'm saying? That was who does? I can't. Because for me, that was, what, 10 years? No, 13 years ago. So, yeah, I can get how, you had a little fling here or whatever with somebody and you don't remember much. It is what it is. I mean, but it's different if you had, it's one thing if it's one other guy. It's something different if it's like five or six. Like, if it's 5 or 6 people, like, you was out there hoeing. Okay, that's something different. But you may forget a one-time fling that you had with somebody who you had a one-time thing with, and you did not see them again. I get that. Cause me and Shannon let me stop. Anyway, but why did I think of Shannon? That is so weird. I think his name was Shannon. It was a one-time thing, and that's all I can remember. Anyway, I'll be getting all off topic. So again, she does not have much to go on, but again, he says hopefully that will help the private eye, get some things going. When we talk to Christina later, he brings up how he knows that for his mom, it probably makes her feel bad because it makes her look bad if she can't remember who the guy is. But I'm like, it's not true. If it's this one guy, that's one thing. But if they found this one guy, and then he ain't dead, like, well, damn, mom, what was you doing? A lot of people? No? Yes? Okay. Anyway, but he does bring up how, like, at the time that she was 22 years old, she already had a kid, was pregnant with me, so, it could be a lot on her. She'll be talking about this all these years later, okay? And he said, but he do want to know who his birth father is, and we even see Christina saying how she knows that he wants to find it because for him, that's his missing piece, who his birth father is. And a lot of people want to, but birth father, they ain't all that sometimes. I can say that from my saying. Anyway, and we see Amber and Andrews in LA chilling. Like, it's that simple. Next, so Catelynn and Tyler, they are doing an episode of Dr. Oz, and we see how she's talking to one of the guys like before the show, Kate is, and he's asking like, well, you went to therapy, like, what did you learn in therapy, whatever, and she brings up how I learned that my panic or my anxiety comes from trauma from my childhood and pregnancy and all these things, and the miscarriage, the adoption, that it comes from that. And then, what I'm saying, she says, but I don't want it to be that way. And the guy then said, I think it's great that you are being like a spokesperson for mental health and getting help and things like that. And I don't fully agree with that. I think Kate is a great way of showing people have anxiety, they have these mental issues, and they should get help. However, Kate also ignores the fact of what her issues, how it affects her husband and her daughter. Like, she kind of runs from that shit. Like, Kate's trying to fix herself is also breaking Tyler. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I would want a person who realizes what their mental health issues has not only done to themselves, but how it has affected their family, and they've also tried to rectify that. I don't think she's done that yet, so I feel a little bit different than the guy does, but it was, okay? So they show like a little clip from the show, whatever, and you can still see how Tyler's still kind of holding back things. Like when they ask, like, what can she do to like help you? Well, like, maybe, fill out the questionnaire thing that my therapist brought up, or what I'm saying, there's even a suggestion of how we should watch the show back to this or whatever. But he wasn't saying, this is what I need for you. And I like how after the show, that same doctor talked to both of them and said, like, I would have gave you a C for answering the question of what can she do or whatever. He said an A would have been like saying, like, I need you to do this and this is what I need you to do, and not kind of say, well, maybe, sorta, coulda, maybe coulda, shoulda, woulda, or whatever. I agree with that too, but again, I feel like Tyler's always holding back because Catelynn can't take that. So for, again, her mental health issues affects him, and I feel like not that she don't care, but that she does not realize that it looks like she don't care, or it looks like she's not aware of it, or she looks like it don't matter. I don't know which one you want to go with it. Anyway, but you can see that Catelynn don't understand that when she don't understand what he needs, or even to ask him what he needs, and then figure out how to do the shit. So back at home, she do say I realized that, me going away, it affected I realized it affected him, okay? And so I'm thinking about doing the whole couple with everything, but first I have to fill this questionnaire. She then says, but the questionnaire is too intense for me to fill out right now, so I'm going to wait. Again, you know what Tyler needs, and you know what he wants you to do, but because you don't feel like doing it, you're like, I know he needs this to kind of help his thing, but I ain't gonna do it. I don't like it. So we then see Tyler out with friends, well, like two friends or whatever, and he brings up how, when Kate was gone for those 3 months, she was gone for 3 whole months, and I came up with a routine for that. You do things on a routine because, again, mommy isn't here. I feed the kid at this time, I give her bath at this time, I put her to bed at this time, I have these rules and regulations or whatever. I had times where I would clean up and do this and do that, and I did all of that for 3 months because she was gone for 3 months. Okay, and then she comes back, and when she comes back, everything changes. And what she don't get is, since you have been gone, I realize that I want to do things differently. I want things to change, and I want to work on certain things. I want our kid to do certain things or whatever. And when you come back, all of that gets knocked out of whack. I remember when she came back, and Nova was like, want to play a game or something, and then he said, well, no, she can't do that, and Kate said, well, I'll just let her, whatever. And I think because it was a way he probably handled Nova when she was gone, and now the Kate's back, Nova's getting back to being how she was when mommy was around. Like, I can do whatever. And I saw when she said, oh, it's fine, how that upset him. So when he brought it up this time, it's like, I had certain things going a certain way with her being gone, and now she's back, and it's all changed, and she does not get that. You know what I'm saying? He said, he said, if someone was to ask me how I felt, like right now, I'm not happy in my marriage. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, I just don't know. I'm wondering when she'll do things for me and when things will get back to 50-50. And we know that in relationships, it's not always 50-50. Sometimes it's 50-50, sometimes it's 70-30, sometimes it's 80-20, sometimes it's 99-1. Okay? I feel like for the past 3 months, Tyler has been on that whole 99-1. He's doing 99% of the things, and she's that little 1%. But, it's things to where you want her to acknowledge what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I feel like she isn't. I do. And I feel like she maybe would if she watched the fucking show back like the doctor asked her. But I digress. Anyway, he then said, I want to kind of ask her, I have these needs. This is what I need to happen in our relationship. I need this to happen. And if you can't meet my needs, let me know so I can leave. I said, woo. Okay, Tyler. He ain't for the bullshit. Cheyenne. Cheyenne realized basically she was a whole ass idiot. Okay, we saw the last episode where she was mad at her dad, and he said he doesn't love me. That ain't what he said. That's not what he said. And this is when she realized, I'm an idiot. First of all, what Dad said was, he does not say that I don't love her. He said that my love has conditions. So I can't believe he said that. I need attention. Listen to me. I'm upset. Yeah. And then, so people like her mom, people are like, what's going on? And then the dad says, look, I never said I did not love you. What I said was my love has conditions. But that's not fair, Dad. He said people have these unrealistic ideas about things. He said, you and Zach get married, right? She's like, okay, like you do it because you love him, right? She's like, yes, you love him unconditionally, right? She's like, well, yeah. He then says, okay, what if he goes out, he cheats with 100 people? Yeah. Do you still love him? She's like, no. He says, right. So your love has conditions. And she felt dumb. Because what she realized was, love does have conditions. You can love someone, but if they do something, you may not love them at that point because they done some bullshit. And so your love has conditions. And she felt stupid. And they kind of made up, and it was what it was. But I'm like, girl, bye. We then see her acting 12. She's acting 12, maybe 13 years old. So she's saying how one of Zach's friends, it's still the same as barbecue. She's saying one of Zach's friends was drunk, cursing at her, being dumb or whatever. Things happen, but she was also, you can tell that she was also drunk too. So she's upset. Help me, I'm sad, I'm upset, listen to me. That whole thing, whatever. And she's a baby. She's a baby. So Corey is there. He's like, Cheyenne, calm down. You're doing too much. Calm down. Be a little Zoe, a little Yin. Calm down. Because again, she's being, I can't believe he said he won't leave. And I told Zach, and Zach wouldn't put him out. And Zach over there. And I'm like, girl, what is you? Zach and the people who she mad at is outside talking. She could be inside just doing whatever. She in the doorway trying to get outside to them. Why are you? It was just crazy. And I told Zach what happened, and then he didn't make him leave immediately. Like, he did not immediately go over there and cuss him out. Blah, blah, blah. Girl, give people time to do things. Is that whole thing. So we see Corey again trying to calm her the fuck down. It was Zach. No, it was Corey, like maybe like the mom or whatever. But we see that Zach is outside with her fathers trying to explain what happened. He like, look, I didn't know what happened. She came yelling and complaining to me, and I went to him to find out what the hell was going on because I didn't know what happened. He said, I don't react like how she does. I don't just pop off quick. I was asking him what the fuck happened. And in the time for her telling me her thing and me going to ask him what happened, and because I did not immediately put him out, she got pissed. It's dumb. But he's out here now. And the dad said, well, okay, he has to leave. He's like, right. He's like, I get that. I was trying to figure out what happened because I've known this is one of my best friends. So I couldn't just cuss him out and put him out without finding out what the fuck happened. So he's then trying to call an Uber for the drunk friend. Cool. Cheyenne come outside looking like a drunk fool. A drunk fool. Okay? What is you doing? Who you calling? Who you texting? I'm looking like, and he like, I'm calling an Uber for him. What are you doing? She then tries to knock his phone out his hand. A plum. I'm like, bitch, this is not the challenge. Y'all not on a challenge show? This is the whole different MTV show. And you look a fool. And Zach like, you can't hold your, like, you trip, you can't hold your liquor. You're like, you drunk too. And then she lunging. And I told you, we women, we can't be lunging and swinging at people because you can't be doing that. And luckily nobody swung back. It's kind of crazy. So at this point, she's, you're stupid, Zach. Shut up, Zach. And he like, I ain't your kid. You can't tell me to shut up. I ain't gotta be quiet. And he laughing because she looked foolish. She looked absolutely foolish. And I like that he was laughing at her because you look dumb. And when it's played back, you're gonna look even more dumb. So it was what it was. And he like, she's a child, a whole kid, some bullshit, a whole bullshit ensued. Okay, we seen Corey talk about it. I think with a friend or with someone. I didn't write notes for that. And he was saying how she was tripping. Like, it was a lot. She was tripping. We then see Cheyenne later ask Zach to meet her at her mama's house because she's like, I know I fucked up. I was wrong. I was not handling my liquor properly, and I need to talk to him. And Zach like, look, you can't snap like that. You know what I'm saying? You need to have patience. You can't do that. And it's true, you can't. And he said, look, you snapped solely because I didn't walk up to my friend and say, motherfucker, get out. You got mad because I did not immediately act how you were acting, and that's the part that's crazy. You have to let me do things my way. Because again, I had to ask him what happened. And she's like, yeah, I do think it was kind of crazy, whatever. And, I get that. He's like, yeah, he said, that's not how I handle things. And he said, but you have to give me the time to handle things how I handle them. I handle it calmly. Because if everybody drunk and pissed off, why would I then go and be mad at my friend? Because that's just stupid. But Cheyenne is a whole goddamn kid. You know what I'm saying? He tells her, like, you're very dramatic. You are very dramatic. It's kind of crazy. Well, I'm not dramatic. I'm passionate. No, bitch, you're dramatic. You're passionate dramatically. You're childish. And I think she's going to be the kind of person who, you always say some people don't need reality shows. She don't need one about just her. Like, people ain't gonna like her. She is gonna be like the new Farrah a little bit. I could not to how she's rude to like Cass or whatever, but like baby fits that makes no sense. That's like, what are you mad for? She gonna have that, and she gonna have a whole backlash, and she don't even get it yet. But it was what it was. But they laugh about it. They made up. They cool. They kiss or whatever. And what I'm saying. But she's childish. She's a whole ass childish person. Bristol, Bristol. Bristol brings up how she wants to get past the awkwardness with her and Dakota because they're getting divorced. And, she's like, I can't move back to Alaska. I have to stay there because of my daughters. So it's this weird thing, like, how do we get past this awkwardness? And she's out of town right now because her son is like on some little dancing show, whatever. But, she's like, we just have to kind of figure things out because I just don't want any more drama. And I just don't know what to do. But, we have to, just do something. So she's saying this stuff at first, okay? We then see Dakota. And he's like, right now we only talk through our attorneys. It's the weirdest thing to where we, I just don't know why we're talking through attorneys. He's like, she's not here much. She's here and there and everywhere. And so, I just want to know what the schedule is, like what's going on. He brings up how, he calls her to ask her what's the schedule. Because again, she's gone. She's been gone for a little bit of a minute, like a week or two. And, so he needs to know, like, when she's coming back. Because when she comes back, she's not moving out the house just yet. But he wants to know, like, what's the plan? So he calls her. And it was funny to me. Because the way she talks, the way she was talking before, and the way she was talking on the phone, it was as if I don't think she realized that it was being recorded. Or for the show. So he called, like, hey, I'm trying to figure out what's the plan, like, when you coming back, whatever, like, kind of, what's the schedule? Well, she started talking about what the lawyer said. The lawyer said this, the lawyer said that. We made it known that, you can't use me being gone against me. We made it known that you can't remove my stuff. We made it known that I'm like, and it was weird where he was like, that's not what I mean. What I mean is like when you come, like, what's the schedule? Like, what it is. And again, she's only saying, like, we made it known, speaking of what the lawyer said. And I'm like, it's weird because for her to say, I want to get over this awkwardness, to me, you made it more awkward when he was just asking, like, when are you coming home? You could say, well, I'll be home on Wednesday. The girls have soccer. Okay. And then we kind of figured out from there. But yeah, you can't use me being gone. I still get my same time with the girl with the kids. I'm looking like, that ain't even what he asked. It was weird. It was weird to me at how she was talking. Okay. And like I said in the house, they're like, yeah, I know you're going to be there for at least for about a year. That's fine. And then, but as soon as I find the house, I'm gonna be out of there like the wind. I'm a good mom, and I'm gonna still be a good mom, and we're gonna figure it out. But again, it felt like it was her lawyers telling her exactly what to say. It was awkward. And he laughing like, okay, but that's not what I meant. But okay, it's fine. But it was how the way she talked was lawyer talk, and the way he was asking her something, to me, it felt like he was just asking her, like, come on, court. These courts would drive me crazy. He was just asking her this stuff in general. So when he hangs up, he's like, what? This is what I mean. Like, this is what I have to deal with on the back end that y'all don't see. Like, she makes it seem as if everything's all cool, but on the phone, it's all straight lawyer talk, and that's the part that's crazy to me. Because the whole time, it's like, when I'm trying to figure out when will you be back? He brings up how, this is what I have to deal with. And, these conversations are never on topic. Like, she always goes off to what the lawyer said. And it's like, who brings up all the stuff the lawyer said? Like, it does not make any sense. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, it's an exhausting conversation when it does not have to be. It could just be about the kids. And then he said, I feel like her mom is there stirring the pot. Like, her mom was, like, telling her, like, how to, like, be calculated about things that she's doing. I'm like, it's probably true. It may be true. So we then see her and her mom riding around. Okay, her mom's gonna be in town watching her son while she goes back to Austin to bring the girls back. And so, first of all, Sarah talks like a drunk grandmother at a family function. And, I felt like she was talking and her words, like, they didn't all match what she was saying. I'm like, some of that stuff don't match, and it was driving me crazy. What I did get her saying was, she said, hopefully, when you get home, she said, you may get home and all your stuff may be on the lawn. Like, that could happen. And I'm like, what? Her mom is crazy. Sarah Palin is crazy. it's dumb, but she brings up how much better she's felt since separating, and I'm like, well, that's a good thing. You want to feel better. So back in Austin, we see how Dakota also says he's happy. I'm the happiest I've been, since like 2015, and I feel relieved, and I'm like, that's great that they both feel relief about their marriage being over. They were not supposed to be together. Cool. He brings up how she isn't moving out yet. So he says, I moved her stuff to the other room. He said, mainly because, and I said, well, damn, that was mean. Like, why would you let her keep the master bedroom? You just move whatever. But I didn't know. He then said, I moved her stuff out of the master bedroom because I'm going to be staying in the house for the long term. Like, she's going to be the one moving out soon. So I didn't think it made sense for me to give her the master, but I want her to have her own space. So I wanted her to have her bed that she bought, her, like, all her stuff. I put, like, it's all set up for her the same way it was in the master, except it's in a different room. He said, because again, I'm keeping the master because I'm the one staying in the house once she's gone. So, and I said, oh, well, that does make sense. To me, it does. He also brings up how, because things are kind of weird, and I want her to have her own space, and I don't want her to feel weird. I try to stay gone when she's there. So that way she has the house to herself and she has her own space. And I said, that sounds normal. Okay, you're trying to keep your distance because when y'all are around each other, it's weird. So, okay, I'm going, she has her own room. So she's at the house. She doesn't have to worry about whatever. And I'll not be there. So that way she's not walking on eggshells. I'll do that for her. So we then see Bristol gets home and she sees he's moved all of her stuff out the master bedroom into another room. And it looked nice. It looked like a whole guest room. This was her stuff. So she's like, oh, Dad moved my stuff. Okay. And now she's crying and she's all sad. I can't believe, I don't know why he would do that. Why would he do that? He's always gone. I tell the kids that he's just at work because he never tells me where he's going. He just leaves or whatever. So he's never here. I have no clue where he is. All I asked was for the money back that I put into this house. And I'm not petty enough to take everything that I bought here. I could be petty and say I want the dishes because I bought them, but I won't do that. But you're petty enough to bring it up, though. And that's how it goes off. I feel like a person's intentions can be misunderstood if you only see it from your own point of view. Seeing how they're talking to each other separately and how he explained why he did certain things, and to me they made sense. But to her, she felt like he did things to hurt me, or he did things so I'll be sad, or he's basically disrespecting me and he won't be around or whatever. But I'm like, for me, I feel like he was doing it to make her more comfortable. Like, who wants to come home and be in the master bedroom with their person who they're divorcing? Now, he could have told her he did that, but he didn't. He could have also told her that he stays gone so that she has time in the house, but he didn't. So I think their communication needs to be worked on, but I don't think the things he did was wrong. I think, he didn't, and you shouldn't touch my stuff, but he just put it in a different place so that you can get to it. Again, if I had to live in the same house with an ex, I want things to be separate. I don't want to have to be there with you as much as I would have. I mean, we can sometimes be at the same time because the kids don't know. The kids think he's at work, whatever. Y'all still too awkward right now. I mean, girl, bye. I just can't. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Bristol yet. I feel like, is she putting an image up that she wants people to like? That's my question. Anyway, I'm Jay Lee. This is Jay's Corner. Peace.
It's like love, 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 and music.